Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I think the Addams family really does show you how you can be a really strong knit family,
Mm-hmm.
regardless
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
what other people think, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because, I mean, Wednesday and Pugsley hate each other, but that doesn't mean they're less siblings,
Mm-hmm.
you know? It's a
Mm-hmm.
weird type of love. They'll never say they love each other, but it's, you know deep down they do.
Yeah. Well, and then when you watch the Wednesday show, the beginning of that show is Wednesday sees Pugly get picked on. So then she's like, "You
Mhm.
really need to stand up for yourself because this is ridiculous." So
Yeah, and
definitely
then once you
giving
do,
him
she goes
that
like,
like you're an idiot, but like that pep talk of like, yeah, you seriously like need um need a punch up. So let me take care of this for you, and then basically sets piranhas on on the swim team.
spoiler. I mean, I think she kills him, no?
Everybody's seen it.
I think, yeah.
Besides,
I think,
that's the first scene in the show. So it's
I
kind of
mean,
like everybody knows that she goes to school. So it's like, oh well, the whole the whole show takes place at the school.
yeah,
So
I
it's like,
think
how
it
did she
was
get
like
there?
her.
Boom, here it is, 5 minutes.
Yeah, she's been going in and out of high schools,
Yeah,
She keeps killing people at every high school. It's not a very fun track record.
no, but yeah, it's that like that sibling love where they
Mhm.
don't say they love each other, but then they work together. Um, the chemistry they have, it works, but they have that kind of weird relationship like in between where it's like they help each other not because they want to, but more or less they kind of need to.
Mhm.
Um, and it definitely that's very much like um, a lot of siblings where it's kind of like
Yeah.
I don't really want to help you, but I need to.
It's like a sense of responsibility for the older ones for sure.
Oh yeah,
Maybe sometimes for the younger ones if their older siblings aren't getting their shit together, but it definitely does feel like a sense of like responsibility for each other.
yeah,
Because at the end of the day, you will be the closest people to each
hmm,
other than
yeah,
anyone,
yeah.
you know.
Mm. So,
That's why I didn't quite like the Adams. Oh, sorry, I didn't quite like the Wednesday
hmm,
adaptation of their family because I felt like Morticia and Gomez didn't really fit with the rest of the other universes, because I felt like they didn't really understand Wednesday.
hmm. Well,
And
and then at the same time, this version was supposed to be like solely focused on Wednesday when the family
yeah,
was kind of like in the back burner.
yeah,
Um,
I mean, I understand that the whole premise of the show is Wednesday. I mean, it's called Wednesday, but I feel like they could have still added elements of
yeah,
Morticia and Gomez
yeah, I
because
agree.
you know,
Yeah, I mean I've said it. The I know a lot of people they love the Wednesday series, and I'm like, I liked most of it. There are things in there where I'm like, I wish that was different, or wish this was changed, or they add more of this, like what you said. But at the end of the day, it's like I didn't. I had a good time watching it. You know, would I would I be up to watch it again? I wouldn't rush to watch it again.
mm-mm,
Like I have
no.
a member of my family who has seen it like 4 times.
What the hell? 4 times?
Yeah, like 4 times. And I'm like, see, I'm kind of like I've seen it, and when I watch it again, maybe with somebody who hasn't seen it, who wanted to see it, sure, maybe. But I don't have that urge, that rush to rewatch this.
Yeah, it wasn't one of those because with the other ones, even with the '60s show, it's kind of like, oh, great, I want to go rewatch an episode because they have it on YouTube, or could
Mm-hmm.
stumble across it and you rewatch it like 5 times a day.
Yeah.
It's not those type of shows. I don't know. I just felt like the chemistry between Wednesday and her family was really lackluster for me, and that's kind of what did it for me. Because I
Mm-hmm.
feel like she had more chemistry with the hand. Oh my god, I forgot his name. I forgot
Oh,
the name of the.
oh, thing,
You know, Boo?
thing.
Thing. Thank you. Thank you. She had more chemistry with Thing than she did with her family.
Yeah. Well,
you
and then
know?
after a while, she started to pick up like, oh, were you here to spy on me?
basically.
And basically he became the servant to her because she was like, yeah, if you tell, like, I will do things to you.
Mm-hmm.
So it became like blackmail. So yeah, with I think the Wednesday series, I think they were definitely being, I think there was definitely a family dynamic there, but they felt very lackluster, or like they weren't communicating a whole lot. Where with, I think, the '90s, or yeah, especially the '60s, but even the '90s ones, they were much better at that.
I agree. I remember when they first introduced, Morticia and Gomez, people were complaining how they weren't completely in love with each other. They felt like the characters didn't have that, that connection that the other Morticias and Gomez have. Because
Oh
with
yeah, yeah.
every single, like with the past two, the 60s and 90s, you can feel it. You can feel that they're in love with each other. Like to the point where you can even see that the actors fell in love with each other by playing Morticia and Gomez.
Yeah.
You
Well, I
know?
still love the line
And
in the first movie where Gomez is having trouble with something, and Morticia was like, "Hey, don't kill yourself. That's my job." And like,
yeah, I remember
it's like
that.
that. It's that like twisted love that they have, and it's funny.
Yeah, and I just didn't feel it. Even I think it was the first episode where they dropped off Wednesday and they were talking in the car.
Mm-hmm.
You just don't feel it. It feels like it just doesn't feel like they love each
You
other.
felt like they had to go to counseling like a couple times a month.
It's like they see each other every other month,
Yeah.
I think that's what was missing. I think just a connection between the family, because I know it's about Wednesday, but at the same time she's still in Addams, and it's still Addams related because she's going to the school where her mother went and where her dad went. So regardless of if, it's still a family movie because they bring them up every single other episode, because Morticia was a famous fencer at the school, if I'm not wrong, or something like that.
I believe so.
I think so.
I might have to ask my family member about that since they've seen it like 4 times.
Yeah. But if I remember, because she was a famous fencer, and then that's how she met Gomez in some form of way.
Yeah.
But I feel like the backstory of how they met was more romantic than they are in the car,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, and then that's what I meant. Like, I wish they touched upon that a little bit more. And also with the 90s one, I think, there was definitely a family dynamic there. When with the Wednesday series, I know it's about her, but it felt like the family was kind of taking a back seat, and it was kind of like, hey, we're here for support, or we'll hear when the plot needs us, kind of thing.
Yeah. But I also feel like they didn't execute it because, the animated series that came out, or the animated movie that came out in 2018, the weird one
CGI
where they
one.
move into a weird neighborhood, that one?
Yeah.
It was mainly focused on Wednesday too, but they still added the Adam family dynamic to it. And that was a really good way to keep it balanced.
And that's something that happens with a lot of series, is that when fans find a character that they like the most, they're going to want more from that character and less from the others. And Wednesday is a prime example, because I think people said that they think that Wednesday is their favorite character of the Addams.
Oh.
And yeah, they're kind of like they want the family to take a back seat. But the problem is that when you remove a character from a or an existing like family or other characters or show or whatever, then it's going to be really, really difficult, because it's going to be weird. Because you're like, okay, well, now we have a whole show about one character. It's a one character show. When it's like, okay, what about these other characters? Oh, they don't really matter. And it's like, but you're missing a huge chunk of what made these characters so special and why they make them work. So to basically remove all that, it just doesn't work.
Yeah. That's why it didn't hit with me with Wednesday, because I thought I was going to enjoy it. They were like, oh, it's Wednesday from the Addams family and this and that. And I was like, oh, cool. Great. You watch it and you're just like, but this doesn't feel like Wednesday. This doesn't feel like what she would feel like if her whole family was there, you know?
Yeah. So, yeah.
If you enjoyed this clip, be sure to listen to the full episode on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Subscribe for more from the cinematic duo.